Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Make sure you get your hind parts over to jerichogreen.net following this video presentation. And before I kick this off, I got to give a big shout out to my man, Scott Cardinal. He's done a lot to help me, especially with my website. Very good dude, like-minded person, one of the good ones. He's an ally. But I want you to check out his YouTube channel, same as his name, Scott Cardinal. He focuses on American historical landmarks and monuments, American architecture, and he even talks a bit about the Beatles, John, Paul, Ringo, and George. Good dude. Check him out. It's a good way to break up, we all get lost in the sauce of the politics and all the social bullshit. They're trying to get in on us and sneak it to our kids and indoctrinate them and all that kind of shit. But it's a good way to break that monotony. And it's cool to learn about the history and the cool shit in our own country. Again, being, life happens. But to take a second to look around and see how cool it is and the structures and the history. I've always been down for shit like that. I remember years back when my wife and I first started dating, she had family up here, and so we went up to Nevada City one time and we took this tour of the silver mines and stuff, and she almost fell asleep while she was walking. That's how bored she was. I was like, go on. And I remember this one part where it was the entrance to the mine shaft to get down there and mine the silver, and there was this little tiny round opening, and it went into basically like a shaft that went down into the silver mines, and the opening was so small that the only people who could fit in the opening were who? Children. So could you imagine being 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, 11, 12 years old and being lowered on this little skateboard kind of thing down into the depths of the earth, and you couldn't see. Once you went a foot into that hole, it was pitch black. When I was a kid, I used to run up the stairs. The lights would be out, scared as shit, run up the stairs. I maybe touched one step, would get to the threshold of my door, jump damn near from there into my bed because I was sure there was a murderer under my bed. I will take that 1,000 times versus being lowered into a mine shaft as an 8-year-old. But we have wonderful history in this country, and this is one way to get a piece of it. Check out my man's channel, Scott Cardinal. So what I want to talk about is this growing list of states who are all of a sudden, raggy, right? They're all of a sudden having this epiphany that, man, maybe we should start lifting these mask mandates for these children in school. The most healthy members of our society whose bodies haven't been beaten down by bad choices. So they're finally saying, hey, maybe we should stop doing this. I don't know, several months out from the midterm elections. So you got Oregon, New Jersey, Connecticut, Delaware, now Nevada. And here's some sad shit. There's footage of a teacher in a Nevada school, I think it's in Vegas, saying or announcing to the kids that they can take their mask off. And the joy that ripples through that classroom is crazy. The kids start jumping up, tearing their masks off. Like you just told them they get an all-expense-paid trip to Candyland. So why are all these governors of some very liberal states, Oregon, what do they call that shit? Chaz, the autonomous zone, cops stay out. Remember they gave up 6 blocks of downtown? But that governor is saying, hey, you know what? This is, the numbers from the sweet and sour sniffles are starting to look good. Let's let people out. Let's let them from underneath these mandates. But didn't the president just say that this is going to be a winter of death and sickness? But a couple months later, no, that's all good, man. Go ahead and take that shit off your face. Go ahead and take that shit off your face, man. You don't need to do that. If you're immune compromised, like Magic Johnson, who was standing next to some California leaders. Oh, that tastes bad when I say that. But if you're immune compromised, take care of yourself, take precautions. Maybe stay away from big crowds and shit like that. But everybody else, Go ahead and do your thing. Take your health into your own hands. People been saying that since the shit started. If you have issues, stay home. If you don't, or whatever you want to do it. Now they're doing it. Now they're coming along. Now the numbers are looking good. That's a bunch of bullshit. They're scared. They're scared because the American people have walked in the political room. They walked into the voting department and they grabbed their belt and they loosened their belt and took it off in one move. Your parents ever do that? A belt comes out in one move, folded in half, ready to whoop your ass during the midterm elections in November. That's what it is. They don't give a damn about your health. They don't give a damn about your business. And they certainly don't give a damn about your children because they had them wearing a rag over their face for 6 to 8 hours a day. But all of a sudden, shit, it's looking good, guys. Hey, take those off. These fools don't care. And I'm wondering, I think we all know, when is California going to fall in line with this? When is California going to say, when is Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom, that gravel voice demon, the nephew of Nancy Pelosi, aka David Lopan, that gargoyle that sits atop skyscrapers until nightfall? When is he going to have his reckoning? When is he going to say, hey, you know what? The numbers are looking good, guys. Take those off your children. And shout out to a local elementary school here where I live, where the parents all week have been out there with signs, with speakers, voicing their disdain for these stupid ass mask mandates for their children. And I was talking about it with my wife, and she said some of the kids look scared. I said, that's a shame because these parents feel that this is their only recourse. Their voices have not been heard. Their wishes have not been granted. Don't have our kids wearing this shit. We know better. We made them. And a good portion of us, we planned them. We sat down, we talked to our spouse, and we planned them. So we knew what was coming. We got it. Get your hands off of me. Get away from me. What did that dude say in Malcolm X before they shot him? Man, get your hand out my damn pocket. Get away from me. I don't need you to do nothing. Take care of the roads and the military, 911. Make sure when I pick it up and dial those 3 numbers, somebody comes a running, and that's it. Everything the government's supposed to do can fit on a Post-it, and not even a regular size Post-it. One of them little tiny ass ones you could barely write anything on. Get out of here with that shit. You got, what's his name? Justin Trudeau. He's running America's hat. Feel bad for the Canadians. He got on TV today talking about now the truckers are breaking the law. He said, sorry, let me do my Trudeau. He said, hey, Canadians, you guys, you truckers are now breaking the law, and it's going to affect your international travel and your employment. You're going to get in trouble. You guys need to stop doing this. He said, we've heard you. We've heard you. It's time to go home. You haven't heard shit, Justin. You haven't heard a damn thing. The only thing you hear are those companies who have their hands up your ass, manipulating your mouth to say dumb shit to your people. Those are the only people you've listened to. Because it's gotten so bad that they feel they need to get in their trucks and make their voices heard and their presence known and seen. So no, you haven't heard shit because you haven't changed shit. But all of a sudden, hey, it's all good, man. Tell your kids, take that shit off. Now? Why? Because it's convenient for them. You damn cogs in the machine. You're nothing but a tax ID number. Keep generating my revenue or else, bitch. The biggest pimps, the biggest gangsters in the world. Shame. Shame. But nonetheless, they're being lifted as they should have never been implemented in the first place. Because as we knew, that's exactly what you need to do. If you're scared, stay home. You're sick, stay home. If you're healthy, get your ass out there and live your life. How bad can it be? You talk about, and why you guys tell me I had something right there? Oh, well, that's enough. They're out there, speaking of immune compromise, taking pictures with Magic Johnson? It gets no more immune compromised than Magic Johnson. So how dangerous is this shit? How many times you got to catch them out and about partying without their face covered up? I don't give a damn if they remove all of the mandates. I don't care if we go back to pre-2019. Come the midterm elections, you sons of bitches are gonna pay. Like my stepdad Frank used to say, some bitch must pay. And they will come November. It's too little, too late. We are not gonna forget. We need to have the memory of an elephant. Man, these people are pieces of shit. This is the only time I've ever seen an actual, like somebody put a 3-piece suit or a pantsuit or an expensive dress on an actual piece of shit, because that's what these people are. They're life-size turds that are well-dressed. You ever see that episode of South Park where they were having the biggest shit competition? And who is it? Stan's dad, Randy, one of my favorite characters. Randy is wild. But they were having this competition, who could have the biggest shit. I think it was him and Bono. And the shits were human size. That's what we're dealing with. Don't let these pieces of shit get away with this. Don't forget this come November. Don't forget this 9 months from now. They must pay. We cannot let them get away with this. What kind of punks are we if we let somebody do this to us, have an opportunity to get them back, have them removed, and we let that shit slide and put them back in? Then whose fault is it? I'll tell you what I'm about to do. I'm about to get in here with my beautiful wife and kids. My kids just got home from school, so silence is no more. Kids know nothing of silence. They would make the worst ninjas in world history. My kids talk like they have headphones on. You know, you got headphones on, you're like, what? And you don't need to because it's just loud in here. I think my kids must have, like, they talk like they have headphones on their head 24/7. Am I the only one? But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.